that you do it on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Welcome, everybody. Welcome in later with Jason Suel. So glad that you're tuned in for what is the final episode of Season 8 of the show. I cannot believe it's been 8 seasons of this.
8? And I still haven't gotten paid. What?
You and me
I'm
both.
out.
You and me both. Oh, sit down. Stay with us because we do have Randy Wilburn here joining us. Randy, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out.
He's not getting paid either.
Yeah, it's okay. They said the check was in the mail, so I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah,
so,
you keep hoping. For people who are not familiar, obviously you've been a guest on the show before, but tell us a little bit about your podcast and kind of your background and why you even started I Am Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, I appreciate you, first of all, having me again, and I'm a big fan, and I love the program, and I think it's great just to amplify all the different voices in Northwest Arkansas. I started I Am Northwest Arkansas because it was the podcast I would have wanted to hear before I moved here in 2014.
Right.
Took me till 2019 to create it, but I said, I'm going to create a podcast, and I'm going to try to cover the niche of Northwest Arkansas, but in the widest way possible, which is why I focus on the intersection of business, culture, entrepreneurship, and life in the Ozarks.
Yeah.
And it's kind of taken on a life of its own. I mean,
You opened Pandora's box, my friend.
I did. A lot going on. I'm up to 128 episodes as of the time we're recording this, plus a bunch of special episodes. I just did a special episode yesterday on the Delta variant of COVID,
right?
How it's impacting Northwest Arkansas. Spoke to Dr. Marty Sharkey and Dr. Gary Berner here, that are local physicians here that are dealing with this pandemic.
Yeah.
So I have been. I have had the privilege of meeting so many fantastic people, being introduced to so many fantastic organizations, and I'm just trying to cobble together the best story that I can to share with the widest audience possible, both here as well as people that are coming here.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we do here on Later.
I know, I was going to say, there is an intersection of those two things, right? We share a lot of similar guests as well, I feel like. And sort of speaking of guests, man, in Season 8, we had just a phenomenal amount of people to join us, and I would like to mention, too, it was a very odd season. Obviously, everybody was dealing with the pandemic in a different way.
It was a virtual season.
It really was in a lot of ways. I mean, we did virtual interviews mostly for all of our interviews.
That's how we met this guy.
Right.
And this is
weird.
your first
You're
time
in the flesh.
in studio. That's right. Bo, any interview guests from this season stand out to you that we might want to
I just got reminded because I picked up the latest issue of Idle Class magazine and remembered that we had Julie in the game from Idle Class coming through and talking about the magazine and all the, again, spreading the information of the voices and all the cool things that are happening here in Northwest Arkansas, but in a print format, which you don't see a lot these days, and they do such a great job.
Totally.
It's almost like a piece of artwork when you pick it up.
It is,
It's that kind of magazine. I look forward to reading it.
Me too. It's almost like you want to cut out a page and kind of frame it sometimes when they have that really nice artwork in there.
Not just the ones that you're in.
Well, mostly the ones I'm in, but occasionally
Put them on the
others as well.
fridge.
Oh, man.
Randy, what about for you? Do you have any episodes you remember from the season?
Anthony Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
man.
really talented individual here in Northwest Arkansas, and I enjoyed watching him
Yeah,
on
I
the show.
always
There's
enjoy
if there's any smooth men or music going on, then it's all Anthony. He's
Exactly.
It totally is.
Exactly.
I remember we had Ro Bailey on the show from Interform talking about kind of the intersection there of fashion and Northwest Arkansas. We had Jaren Merchant joining us on the program, and she's a children's book illustrator. She's got so much going on. And one of my favorite episodes is when we were trying to do something fun during the pandemic, and we went
so
to
hard, but we tried.
We went to Pinpoint, went to your bar,
That's
and we
right.
hung out and did the Halloween episode there.
Because we were closed. I was like, could someone come in?
Yes.
And we were opened up. We did the Nightmare on Block Street thing.
Yeah.
So we had the big Halloween pop-up. We're actually gearing up for doing that again. It's so
Man.
weird because it seems like it was so long ago.
Right.
But here we are.
I do feel like the pandemic kind of messes with time in your mind a little bit.
It was no longer linear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I think the challenge is that you've got it forces you to be creative beyond the norm.
Yeah.
And it just allows you to just try different things.
Yeah.
you know, and something, I mean, sometimes it's like before, pre-pandemic, it would have been like, no, we're not doing that. Now it's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's try it. You
let's
never
try
know.
it. Why not, right?
Yeah.
And we did try a lot of fun stuff this season. So let's recap those interview guests that we had on the show for you right now in season 8, and then stick around because we got more happening later.
It's pretty much every day, 24/7, because so much is always happening. Whether it's like seeing something pop up on Facebook or walking down the street being like, whoa, there's a new mural in the works. What's happening? Let's get the scoop on that. I will gather contributors, gather designers, artists, illustrators, whoever might have work that could fit.
Let's just talk about music specifically.
Yeah, specifically.
We think about the Michael Jacksons and the Stevie Wonders. But what I'm really excited about is telling people the evolution of how those artists came to be, how it got started. This is American history. I think we should all know about that. Fortunately, we don't get taught, you know, in public schools.
But tell us about it. Tell us what you've done.
Yeah, so, you know, everything's socially distanced this year. It's been kind of hard to do traditional hospitality bar restaurant work. So my legendary Halloween party, which would normally pack 500-600 people, we can't do that. So I thought, let's not deprive the people of Halloween and let's do it all month long so everybody can come in a little bit. So we created Nightmare on Block Street, and we've been in here doing Halloween all month. It's been incredible.
Their focus to diversity and inclusion really attracted me, and I wanted to be a part of it. And so since then, I've just been really passionate about letting people know that you don't have to be a size 00 to, you know, do or be in fashion. There's so many different avenues, and everybody's listening to people who aren't in fashion at all. Like, you can't be a model, you're only 5'6". It's like, what? You work at the gas station, which there's nothing wrong with that. But
Sam's Furniture doing good. Shine a spotlight on your neighborhood.
Well, we're relaxing here at Sam's Furniture, and we've got Brandon Swoboda, Habitat for Humanity, Washington County, joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Tell me about the work that the Washington County Habitat for Humanity does.
Yeah, so we're focused on helping low-income families achieve home ownership. And the way that they do that is they come to us as a partner family. They put in 300 hours of sweat equity. We find volunteers like you, sponsors come alongside. We build the house together. They buy the house from Habitat at a 0% interest loan and become homeowners.
Wow, that's such an amazing thing. You know,
It really
you hear
is.
about Habitat for Humanity all the time, but to hear that it's happening
Yeah,
right here in
right
Northwest
here in
Arkansas,
North-
Washington County.
That's right.
great.
Yeah, that's right.
If people are watching, they want to get involved, maybe they want to contribute some hours, maybe they want to volunteer. How can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so they can find us on the web, Habitat for Humanity, Washington County, or you can find us on Facebook as well and help these low-income families get into home ownership. It's
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
It's so important. Brandon,
Yeah.
thank you for taking the time. And
I wonder if Sam's would take sweat equity for this table.
welcome back, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. We're recapping season 8. Cannot believe we're at the end of season 8 here, guys.
How many episodes did we do?
Man, 32 fresh episodes this year. And you know, all of our episodes obviously are kind of like cobbled together with music videos and chefs, interview segments, and we get outside of the studio sometimes and do some fun segments.
Yeah.
We didn't have the opportunity to do as much this year. Obviously, can you guess why?
Well, it was so weird to like. The thing about making shows and connecting people is a lot of time you have to be in the same room.
Yeah.
And it was so hard to do it this past year, but we found ways.
We did. We found ways. We did some biking segments because biking's really taking
I
off.
didn't. Only him.
And we were biking over in Eureka Springs. And Randy, I don't know, have you had any experiences over there in Eureka Springs, Arkansas?
I have. I spent a little bit of time over there. I get some of my my most amazing essence oil there at a shop there, and just really just, I mean, Eureka Springs to me is like a throwback in time.
It is.
To a just imagine a city on a hill.
Right.
On a hillside, rather, and it's just, you know, it's a vertical orientation.
Yes.
But it's a really cool place, and you come into it. It looks like a movie set almost.
It does. It
you
does.
know?
It was fun to get the.
They actually
the
still have
cycle
a
out.
magic shop, which blows my mind. Like, what? Who has magic shops?
Yeah, it's a great place. Yeah, so I did something really cool this past year in 2020. I ran 2,020 miles, which was really amazing. So the station was nice enough to kind of cut together a little special clip about that. And then we had our great friend of the show, Instagrandpa. He's our social media expert and correspondent. And he joined us. That's right. And then, Bo, do you remember we did get out the puppets this year?
We
for
did,
some fun.
yeah, for like the first in-studio time we ever got to do. We broke the puppets back out. We did some Walton Arts Center fun about their new season.
That's right.
It was good. And I mean, what an arm workout. Respect those puppeteers, kids, because it's hard work.
It's no joke.
It is no joke. That's right. Well, let's do something. Let's recap them. Let's take a look at these kind of fun segments we've had as part of Season 8. Check it out right now. I did the math, and it's about 4 million steps that I have done this past year, which is crazy amount of movement. But if you think about it, to see anything through, man, it takes about 4 million steps. You know, like just doing an episode of Later with Jason Suel feels like there's about a 4 million step process to get through a season. So, you know, I think it's an encouragement to folks that although it might seem like I did a lot of physical stuff this year, people, as long as you approach it one step at a time, you can get through anything.
Relationships are built on lies. Everybody lies to everybody, and so sometimes that's a great way to start a relationship, is on a lie.
And then you can always have that conversation of, hey, remember back when we used to lie to each other?
Yeah, and go catfishing, you know?
Yeah.
You could.
It all started with catfishing, right?
Yeah, that's the problem with it, that some people like being lied to, I guess.
Well,
that's our society.
I feel like in this conversation I've been lied to several times, but I love it. I love it.
It's so cool out here. Carmen, I know you come out here, you cycle, you bike out here all the time. What is something that you really love about the trails here at Lake Leatherwood?
They're rooty and rocky and technical, and because of that you get to see a lot more of nature and the animals, and you know, just get to experience everything out
Yeah,
there.
they're super fun, and I've been privileged enough to at least go down it, I think, 1 or 2 times from the top. Man, what a ride it is.
I'm an islander. I am an islander. I'm an islander. I am an islander.
I'm not an islander. And you know, it's actually very cold here. You know, the more I think about it, this seems like a pretty strange premise for a musical.
I'm an islander. I am an islander.
Man, those were amazing. We did get to have some fun outside of the studio, didn't we?
A little bit. It was good times.
I know, it was, honestly, Randy. It was a little bit. Stick around, folks. Randy Wilburn is here. Of course, Bo Counts is here. We're recapping Season 8. Stay with us because we got more recap happening later. Welcome back, everybody. We are wrapping Season 8 of Later with Jason Suel. Looking forward to Season 9, but before we get to that, man, we got to talk about all the musical guests that we had on the season
So
this
many
time.
people. I mean, you know, and we usually, those are filmed outside of our studio, which is cool, in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
And we get to see so many different styles. I mean, Ashton Barbary, I always come to mind. She's a friend of mine, and I use a woman about town.
Yeah.
Always see her play.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was
Ashton's
in
amazing.
our intro of
She was
our
in our intro.
old intro.
Yeah, she's an old friend of the show, absolutely. Randy, what about for you? I mean, what did you see that you liked?
Man, you know, and I think part of the challenge with music is like the service industry was hit hard with the pandemic.
Yes.
The music industry was hit hard. And
Devastated.
it was really tough. But I think we had a lot of time on our hands to watch things like, you know, they did that stand-up desk thing I think that NPR did where they would have people come in and do it. And I thought about a young lady that I didn't discover her, but I found out about her through the Ozcast program, Pura Coco.
Yes.
And she's from Springdale. I think she's originally from New York City.
Yeah.
But this girl can sing. She's a woman. She can sing.
Yes.
And she kind of reminds me, she's like Springdale's version of Dua Lipa.
Yes, I agree. And so when that music video landed in our inbox, we were thrilled to show it. It was shared with us by City Sessions. They're doing some great work in Northwest Arkansas as well. So yeah, Pure Coco, awesome stuff. Awesome. I liked the band Modeling.
Oh, Modeling,
yeah. 3 guys, they do some amazing work. They're all related. And I'm always impressed with people who can not only play and sing, but can also kind of run their stuff through kind of like a digital amplifier.
Yeah, and be a family and not hate each other.
And be a family and not hate each other.
That's
Absolutely.
hard.
Yes. So it's one of the staples of the show. We always love showcasing musical guests, and I think that became even more pertinent maybe during this past year to get the word out there, get the word out about amazing programs still happening, like Meals for Musicians with the Roots and other things like that. So let's relive those moments. Here's a look at the music videos from season 8 of Later with Jason Suel. Welcome back, everybody. We are recapping season 8 of the show. So glad that you're tuned in. We've got Randy here and Bo, of course.
He's at the chef's table.
I know.
What are you cooking for us, chef?
First of all, I'm a little disappointed because I was promised there would be food on this table when I got here. There is no food here.
There usually is. I know we totally let you down, Randy. We had to do something to get you here. You're a man about town, and I wanted you on the show.
That's it. No, anytime there's a conversation about food, I'm in. Right?
Yes, same as Bo over there.
It's my favorite segment. And this whole season was really tough because it was the only season where we had so many chefs and we couldn't actually taste the food.
That was so hard for us, wasn't it?
We had a couple of chefs, like Chef Vince, who teleported us some food.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we were just sitting there getting teased the whole time.
Right. Did you have any standouts, though, even in spite of the fact we weren't able to taste that food?
Oh, well, you know, our boy Chef Stephen Brooks, he normally would be in the studio either hitting those drums or hitting those steaks. So we got to get him virtually, and he grilled for us.
He grilled for us. And do you remember the one time he actually did bring us
that food? Always love Chef Brooks.
That makes a difference.
I'm thinking a wrap party after the end of season 8 and bring all of those chefs in. That's what we need to do.
That's a great idea.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Cooking up ideas.
That's it. So, but my favorite chef that you guys had on this year was Chef Erin Rowe. I mean, I love them all. I mean, so many good ones, but Chef Erin Rowe, she and I have become really fast friends. I've had her on the podcast.
Yeah.
But she's just an hugely talented individual. Yes. She's connected with so many different organizations here locally to help them out from a culinary standpoint. And her book has really highlighted the cuisine of the Ozarks, which I think is tremendous.
Yeah, and you know, she is, I can say with all certainty, she is the one chef that when I pick up the phone, I know she's going to be able to provide for us.
Instantly. So she's like, I'm whenever, wherever. It's like a Shakira song.
It is. We appreciate her. Chef Matthew Cooper, one of my favorites. We're childhood friends, and he's got some great stuff going on. He's got great vision and plans for the future. Obviously, we always have Chef Case DeGario on the show. He kind of kicks off our season, and he's a consistent fixture on all the episodes. So you know what let's do? Let's just take a look at all of the amazing cuisine and chefs that we've featured on season 8 of the show. Take a look.
And we're going to get this directly to you guys. You ready?
Totally, yeah.
2, 3.
Oh my God! I think you can get a nice steak, ribeye steak, with this beautiful marbling done within about 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Man, the trick, Bo, is make sure your fire is good and hot. And you can see what happened as soon as I put those down on the grill, the smoke.
Yeah.
And what that comes from is the fat falling down on the coals and smoking and giving you that beautiful flavor.
The Aztecs were the inventors of hot cocoa, and the Mayans, that time period back in like really early times, this was a ceremonial drink. And that's where we get sort of a hot cocoa or a cocoa drink. Now, hot cocoa is a little bit different from hot chocolate.
The darker side of the rest of that story is they would drink the ceremonial hot cocoa and then they would take the sacrifice up to the chakmul and remove their heart.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well,
so there you go, a little Aztec history for you.
If you're volunteering, you can come over.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what we can do.
And it's super simple. We're just gonna pour that over there. Over the dressing, and I like my salads pretty heavily dressed. Spinach needs to be heavily dressed anyway. It needs acid to be able to get the nutrients out of it.
So next time someone like gives me the eyebrow raise at all the dressing I'm putting on spinach, I'm like, I'm trying to get my nutrients out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get your nutrients.
And then the only thing you're gonna do really to finish this is add a little salt and pepper.
A little Salt Bay, there you go.
Love it.
Yeah. And then some fresh mint right on top of that, boom. And then what I've kind of been doing, and this is not in the recipe that's on the website or what I gave you, but just to give it a little pop of color, some pomegranate seeds.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
I love that.
Pace.
Look at that.
Festive.
Slow down, getting crazy.
What an amazing season it has been. Season 8, guys. Yeah, great.
We're done with it.
Exciting.
Get out of here,
Exciting.
season 8. Season 9's coming soon.
You got that right. Randy, thanks for joining us.
Man, it's been my pleasure. Certainly appreciate all the work that you're doing here in this community. And this is a lot of work. So I don't know that people can fully appreciate it until they've actually been here and seen it. But I encourage everyone to continue tuning in to Later with Jason Suel, because there's a lot of good stuff coming up.
Thanks for saying that, Randy.
Now we got to be
Absolutely.
on your show.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that. We're going to work that out.
You gotta
I
work
am
that out,
Northwest
too.
Arkansas.
Yes.
It's coming.
Yes.
So.
And remember, you can find us out there on your social media platforms. You can see all of our previous content digitally. It's over there on our YouTube channel. You can even send us an email, laterwithjasonsewell.com. And thanks for tuning in to Season 8. This is it. We'll see you in Season 9. See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Yeah, it's a wrap, baby.